Argentina pulls out of plans to join Brics bloc, BBC News.
Here's a summary of the article.
Argentina's new president, Javier Milei, has withdrawn the country from its planned entry into the expanding Brics Club of Nations. The Brics countries are often seen as a counterweight to the Western-led world. Argentina had been among a much-vaunted new tranche of 6 countries poised to join the grouping next month. Mr. Milei said in his letter that his government's foreign policy differs in many ways from that of the previous government. Although the Brics alliance is often portrayed as promoting a more multipolar world, it is economically dominated by China, which accounts for more than 70% of the bloc's combined GDP. Argentina's bid for membership under Mr. Fernández had the support of Beijing, but Mr. Milei has strongly criticized China. Mr. Milei's administration has already devalued the country's currency by more than 50% as his plans for economic shock therapy begin to take effect. Externally, Brics members Brazil and China are Argentina's 2 biggest trading partners, but the US is not far behind, making it imperative to preserve good working relations with all 3.
This post received a score of 2700, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Brics remains a meme. Granted, this was inevitable the moment Milei won the election.
Brics was made up by some investment banker in the 90s that wanted to sell a new product to investors because he thought these countries had potential. And to be fair to him, that wasn't that far-fetched at that moment.
I'm aware of its history as a term. I also know its modern incarnation as something entirely different. Mainly it's a collection of wannabe revanchist powers that desire a more multipolar world that allows them to bully their neighbors with a wider range of options than the current world order permits.
Brazil is no bully, in truth, for all the talk of ambitions of global influence from nationalist Brazilians. You never hear of them actually wanting anything concrete to come from it. It's more than anything that they use the US as a scapegoat and would like to counter their influence, even blaming them for internal corruption. Brazil is pretty inwardly focused in practice, often for not the best of reasons. The country is huge and full of potential, as everyone knows, and politicians are concerned first and foremost with securing a piece of it for themselves.
Brazil is simply not competitive in terms of global trade because it has a very closed market, with extremely high tariffs that protect incompetitive domestically manufactured goods. Their biggest exports are raw materials and agricultural products. While the trade balance is positive, it has declined over recent years because of declining prices of the export goods. Brazil's biggest trading partners are the US, China and the EU. They want to improve their export capability, but they are very much dependent on the hegemony of the dollar, and the Brics is very much an anti-dollar group.
Brics is basically a Dollar General version of the IMF.
Brics is basically China. When China runs out of steam, so does Brics. What is happening right now?
Lego, Brics.
Brics are nothing more than meme, their members itself fighting and betraying each other.
The primary unifying factor of the whole concept is they all share varying degrees of dissatisfaction with the dominance of the USD and Western financial institutions in international commerce. The primary divisive factor is they cannot agree on what should replace that, as they all think it should be their own currency and institutions. Any other political alignment is a matter of convenience or expedience that can be, will be, and has been abandoned when it suits any member's individual interests.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.